Welcome back to another video. I'm Jen. In today's video, I'm going to talk about overeating. Overeating and the difference between what you're actually nourishing when you're overeating. So there's a difference between nourishing the mind and nourishing the spirit. And I'll explain the two. So nourishing the mind is usually what most people do, what I did for many years. And it is this sort of short-term reward, okay? So you're overeating or you are filling some sort of emotional gap within you and your mind is craving something, okay? You're craving either a flavor or you're craving an emotional need. And you're by eating, you're nourishing, you're making your mind happy. You're making it happy. You're saying, okay, I'm going to eat this, and I'm content now because I have the the feel-good hormones and all that good stuff. But if you really want to empower yourself and hop over this, this obstacle of overeating, especially if it's a chronic thing for you, if you've found that you can't control it in some aspect, then it's more about looking a little bit deeper and nourishing the spirit. So what I mean by that, I don't mean that you are, eating a hamburger and the spirit inside of you is saying, thank you, may the Holy Spirit be with you, or something. To a lot of people, the word spirit kind of freaks them out or scares them, or it seems too religious for them, and I understand that. I totally get that, but I'm using it here to depict the deeper layers of yourself. So you can have an emotional need, and that's why you're eating, either out of stress or anger or anxiety or depression, all those things. But you can still go a little bit deeper. You go a little bit deeper. So the two aspects that I want to focus on are nourishing the inner child, number one, and nourishing your innate potential, number two. So the inner child is, you guessed it, that childlike part of yourself that you often don't let out, okay? It's yourself from when you were a kid, the things you enjoyed, the things you craved, the attention that you sought from other people. What brought you joy, what made you happy? Sometimes when you're not nourishing your inner child later on in life, then it's like that part of you is calling out, and you may resort to something like overeating to fulfill that need deep inside of you that you can't quite pinpoint. So when you learn to tap into your childlike qualities again and really think about what made you happy as a child, what kind of stuff did you do? What brought you joy? When was the last time right now that you laughed, like had a really big belly laugh? When was the last time you went outside and you got your knees dirty, right? As adults, we don't do that a lot of times because we're very serious adults and we think that we can't be a kid again. We might go ride our bike outside, but it's not the same. We do it for exercise now. We do it for pleasure a little bit too, to get outside, but it's not the same as when we're a kid. So it's tapping into that kid-like quality again, okay? Having more fun and nourishing that part of yourself again is going to help you. The second aspect is, I mentioned nourishing your inborn potential. What do I mean by this? So when we're born, we have an innate potential within us. It's like our destiny. The part of ourselves that is destined for greatness. And a lot of us never tap into this. There's a book out there, I forget what it's called, but you guys probably know, the book where they interviewed people who were on their deathbeds. And they asked the question, what is the biggest thing you regret? And a lot of people, their answer was not doing what I always wanted to do, or not living out my dream, not tapping into my highest potential. This is the biggest regret that people have on their deathbeds. See, you're born with this ability. You're born with this potential within you to become this amazing thing, this amazing part of yourself. And a lot of times we don't recognize that. We don't accept that about ourselves. We say, oh, that, I can't do that. I can't be that. I can never be that. It's so far out of reach for ourselves. But we're born and we each have something in us that we never tap into, but we can tap into it. So the more we, this goes with, along with finding our purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, then maybe start exploring or start, sitting with yourself and asking yourself, what would give my life more meaning? And if you still don't know, that's okay. It'll come to you. But you have to ask the question. You have to be open to it. If you guys are interested, I formed a little guide on ways to help you find your purpose. I'll put the description in the link below. It's a free guide just to help you out, some questions that you can ask yourself, some ways to dig deeper and really start delving into this. Okay, so I'll put that below if you guys want to check it out. So those are the two main things, your inner child and tapping into your innate potential. What is your destiny as a person? And I know I kind of went way off the part about overeating, right? But overeating is such a superficial thing if you think about it. Once you dive deeper into the meaning behind it, and you really, really learn to nourish yourself on a spiritual level, on a deep, deep level, then you don't have to worry about overeating or comfort eating or emotional eating or binge eating ever again. Because that part of you is nourished, it's complete, it's whole. When part of that is missing, that's when you're seeking things outside of you, either things to attach to or things to fulfill that need, external sources. So I hope this was helpful, gives you a little insight, breaks it down a little bit further. Something like overeating, it's such like a superficial thing that the fitness industry talks about, nutritionists talk about, and we know it stems a lot of times from an emotional need and things like that. But what if you get a little bit deeper? And you look at the other needs, what else you're trying to nourish about yourself. Not just that you feel anxious or you feel bored, but that part of you is missing. There's a void. There's like a gaping hole somewhere within you, and that could be your inner child, or the fact that you're not living up to your innate potential, what you're destined to do or be or have in your life. So, just something to think about. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on tomorrow's video.